Humpback zones. We are beginning Geo, as we are seeing, is back on the charger. As we were talking about before, Geo is very well known to be a charger player. And we're seeing a nice mix of weapons, you know, with the V-Try, the Junior, the Zap, a good mix of weapons. But then on the side of Abyssic, you see weapons we don't usually see that much, like the Viper Deco and like the S-Blast. We're just going to have to really see kind of what they do with that. And as we're talking about it, Abyssic have already captured the zone.
We're neutral right now, but I'd like to highlight that Abyss Inc. are playing a very hyper-aggressive comp, but it's also that both teams are running a Zap, obviously, with that tactical option as Goku goes down to a bomb, Cooler online, and we're pushing into the zone here, our Inkxiety Sirens. Can we find the pick? Yes, they can. Meltiago is down. Great pick from May.
A huge bubble on the zone as well, just to get a little bit more extra defense, and obviously the strikes securing that zone for Inkxiety, looking to get just at least a few more points on their side. You know, with Abyssic already getting a pretty good lead on their side, we're just going to have to see what Inkxiety are going to be able to do, and really focusing on what their charger, what their backline can be doing to hold this zone. And I mean, as we see, Abyssic have already taken it back.
Now, if this ranks something on the S-Blast with the classic Reef Slider cheese, everyone in chat is probably not very happy about that.
The Reef Slider cheese on zones has not been very good.
Two! Oh my gosh, was that Conroe, I think?
Oh my
Finally
god.
goes down, but that was a great play. It generally holds the line as they grind down more points.
Definitely, yeah, and I mean, despite the best efforts from Conroe, Abyssic still have this zone, but obviously the tri-strikes coming in from Inkxiety are going to secure that zone back, making sure that there is a penalty for Abyss Inc. Conroe getting one, but isn't quite able to get the second. We're really going to have to see if Inkxiety can kind of hold this zone here, as the gap isn't that far between the two teams. So we're just going to have to see if they can secure the lead here, but obviously the Reef Slider has been used not on the zone, but on the other players in attempts to get a pick.
Yeah, and this wreck has gone down to the Jet, which is terrible. Honestly, they really needed that for a retake. And also the bomble's gone online from the Junior. I wanted to pick out that Inkxiety have gone for a Zap Junior comp, which means that they're playing very, very passive when they have control. And that's really what they're hoping for, is that Abyss Inc. just dive in on zone and they can get the picks. As Geo finds a nice pick. And the other goes down, neutral game. 2v1 on the left side of zone, and the Viper Deco is forced to jump out.
Definitely, yeah, and I mean, we're seeing here from Inkxiety Sirens that they were able to get that retake and hold the zone and get a huge lead. The wipeout from Abyss Inc. means that Inkxiety aren't going to be able to finish this off. This is looking like maybe Abyss Inc. can have an attempt to bring this back.
Absolutely, that was full WP, recognized that they needed to go for zone at the final 10. They just ran at the comp, and that's what weapons fight on, is taking the fights to them at their range. And Geo finds another pick, Bubble goes up on the zone once again, and flip zone Inkxiety Sirens.
Absolutely, yes. I mean, like we said, this is looking like it's going to be a close series, and the Reef Slider on the zone does mean that, well, Abyss Inc. don't actually get it back. Inkxiety Sirens able to secure that point. Now, they do have quite a large penalty on their hands. The Jet not quite finding maybe what they were expected to find, but we're just going to have to see if Inkxiety can hold on to this zone for just a little longer and still prove to all the people in chat that they are still a good team.
May's fallen down on the right side of the zone. They might try to retake from there. Will Abyss Inc. The Zuka's out. Conroe's found him.
Huge
and the damage is zone. The retake is there. Conroe can't find the second. Good cleanup from Abyss Inc. as they retake once again.
Absolutely, yes. I mean, this game is just going back and forth and back and forth. The Viper Deco with these missiles is going to be really key in hopefully getting some extra paint down and getting some picks. The missiles do find all 4 players on the side of Inkxiety Sirens, and we're just going to have to see what they're going to be able to do with the space. But obviously, the strikes on the side of Inkxiety are really, really good at like capping that zone, especially on a map like Humpback. So, I mean, the penalty that Abyss Inc. just got down is now right back there again.
It's kind of strange to see that both teams are more or less willing to give up zone very easily, considering that Abyss Inc. are running a Reef Slider for the cheese, but also at the same time we've got the tri-strikes on the side of Inkxiety Sirens. Fighting on zone once again, goes down. Geo and Conroe combine. One goes out in the back zone again, missiles are out. I believe that's the Viper Deco flanking from behind, trying to distract Inkxiety Sirens, but that's not enough. Inkxiety Sirens will take game 1.
Definitely, yes. I mean, both teams, I think, that game put up a very strong fight, but Inkxiety on their retakes were just so clean. Those tri-strikes coming in were so helpful for Inkxiety. And while, you know, Abyss Inc. did have the things like the Reef Slider and the missiles, it wasn't quite enough for them to kind of fully keep control. Because with the weapons that they were playing, sure, they had aggression, but it wasn't quite enough to kind of solidify their defense and make sure that they held that zone.
I'd like to highlight, definitely, I think Conroe and May, they definitely stepped up in that game, to say the least. Conroe was fragging out when he needed to, jetting when he needed to, and May with the coolers, that's standard support gameplay. And yeah, May was definitely, I think, playing a lot more aggressively for a support than you would normally think, because there were times where May would go onto their plat and just distract them while Abyss Inc. were trying to regroup, and I think that's what allowed Inkxiety Sirens to take this game.
Absolutely, yes. And I mean, Abyss Inc., they did have the capabilities. Our lovely spectator missing just a few shots on the charger there, but I mean, next map, we're going to tower control on Hagglefish Market. Now, Haggle is one of those maps that is known to be very back and forth and very stally.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've been given a request to put the hat back on, but oh, my bad. Shout out to Sepsina from Squid Squad, who I unfortunately beat on the stage earlier.
Hagglefish. I think Abyss Inc. with the comp they ran on Zones on Back, they definitely had a better chance of winning in a much more tight-knit map where they can take fights easily. But Hagglefish is much more open, much more elongated, very difficult for them to pick fights. So I wonder if they're going to bring a comp change or run what they normally run.
Definitely, yes. And I mean, I think with that elongation of the map, you know, you tend to think of Hagglefish as just basically a straight line, but obviously you have the kind of the two sidelines as well that you can go along. Haggle is one of those maps which, like I said earlier, can be very back and forth. You think on most of the modes that we have in this game, you think of things like clams, you think of like Rainmaker. This map is very well known to be pretty even between both of the teams. So we're just going to see if Inkxiety can pull out this 2-0 and completely disagree with chat, or if Abyss Inc. are going to be able to pull this back and take us to a game 3.
Same comp from Inkxiety. The Neo Machine actually is going to try, and we're seeing splash zap range, more pain on the side of Abyss Inc. They've really, I think, done a good job of switching onto more painting weapons.
I was going to say, this is a very different comp to what we saw last game. Obviously, them both running the zap yet again, and 2 people are already down on the side of Abyss Inc. A lovely little collateral, I think that was from Gio on the side of Inkxiety, and they've already got a wipeout. It's 20 seconds into the game.
That is a rough start. Conroe's got a super. He's popped it top right. Can he find the picks? One goes down in top right. Strikes online. Towers moving forward. And we've got a bubble that doesn't even need to be used because Abyss Inc. is straight up staggering. It goes online now, but really Abyss Inc. is struggling and really needs to regroup ASAP.
Abyss Inc. don't exactly have the facilities that they need to be able to do a retake. Sure, they have a few bombs on their side, but if they're not getting the picks onto Inkxiety Sirens, then they're just going to hold onto that tower with Gio on there. But a beautiful, lovely pick, but now that's a wipeout from the side of Abyss Inc. Like I said, this matchup is going to be extremely close, and Abyss Inc. are proving that they're not quite ready to be out of this series just yet.
Yeah, a bit of a misplay on the side of Inkxiety, I would say. They sort of realized that 2 of their teammates had gone down, but they refused to let off the tower and give up the push and go back to mid. But as a result, we've just got Abyss Inc. literally W keying straight into it. And they're also going for top right, just like Inkxiety did to them.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, we're seeing kind of Abyss Inc. almost copy exactly what Inkxiety did to them, and we're seeing them finally get some points on the board, and they're going to get this checkpoint, I think.
No, great frag from Conroe, stalling the tower as the rest of his team regroups in their flag. Strikes come out to displace the enemy team. The range blaster finds one, but traded out. May and Conroe, once again, holding the fort.
Definitely, yeah, and I mean, we spoke about this last game, but the strikes for the side of Inkxiety have been very, very key in making sure that they could secure objectives. And obviously with Inkxiety back on this tower, we're going to have to see what they can quite do with these strikes. A lovely little pick up to Mr. Egg right there, making sure that Inkxiety do have the numbers. Akula goes down yet again. Gio just on that tower, just securing and making sure that no one goes down. But unfortunately, Gio does actually go down. The bubble on the tower as well, but it's not quite enough as Abyss Inc. take that tower right back from Inkxiety.
Yeah, bit of a strange position we're in right now. Everyone's all over the place. 2 fights happening in mid. Traded out. RB's coming in. Not traded out.
Ooh.
No! But finally cleaned up from the zap. The shot, my apologies. Generally stepping up in a big moment.
Definitely, yeah. And I mean, we're just going to have to see what kind of things these teams are going to be doing with their specials, especially, you know, we have the Neo Machine with the Zuka. Are they going to be able to do much? Abyssink do have the tower looking to push just a bit, and that's a pick with the Zuka from the side of Abyssink. Wow, that is incredible. Abyssink yet again securing the tower, and I mean, these guys, the hero shot here has just pushed up so far. It's not looking like they're going to be able to do anything, and they might finally be able to get past this first checkpoint.
And what I'm seeing is that Inkxiety Sirens staggering?
Wow.
They really are losing their footing here. Like, after generally cleaned up in mid and got the 2 Zuka frags, they seem to be all over the place. Second checkpoint now for Abyss Inc. Can they bring this back? They've got the specials soon, surely. The Wavebreaker goes out.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking very close here, Jason, but it's looking like Abyssink is going to be able to get the lead, and there's no, I mean, the person who's on tower for Abyssink has gone down, and they're fighting on top of the tower as well.
Whoa.
And that's a lovely few picks from Inkxiety Sirens, just making sure that Abyssink do not push it all the way, and that they are still in this game. A few lovely directs from Conroe on that Machine Neo, taking down Mr. Egg as well. That's 3 picks from Conroe. What an incredible play from the Neo Machine.
Absolutely insane.
This is crazy. This is
insane. This map is all over the place.
Haggle kind of just has that reputation, though, of being so back and forth on every map mode.
But we're not done yet. Inkxiety Sirens on the charge, trying to take back the lead. Crab Tank online for the side of Abyss Inc. We've also got a shot. The Trizuka comes out. Crab, 2 dead.
Oh, it's looking very close. Abyssink taking back that tower, making sure that Inkxiety, getting a lovely little pick with the Splat Bomb from Ebbs. But a bubble going onto the tower as well to make sure that Abyssink aren't going to be able to get it back. But Ebbs goes right down straight away. Abyssink with only 30 seconds left on the timer. Abyssink are looking to just end this.
They're looking very strong. All they need to do now is hold mid for the next 20 seconds. They don't need to push the tower any further. They've really done well.
They really don't. They just need to hold their defenses and, in the words of Leon himself, hold the line so that they can make sure that they can secure this game and take us to a map 3.
Countdown, 5 seconds left. Neutral in mid, pushing for the tower. Try strikes. Out of desperation, it's not enough.
Oh! And an incredible wipeout from Abyssink. It is 1-1. What an incredible fight from Abyssink, and yet again, an incredible fight from Inkxiety Sirens, but this is just proving that this group is going to be incredibly close. Jason, we're going to a map 3.
We're seeing a map 3. Boy, am I excited. We did not see a lot of these at the beginning of the morning.
No, we have not seen a lot of map 3s today, but we are getting one between Inkxiety Sirens and Abyssink. Now, this is the decider, right? This is kind of gonna set the tone for the rest of the group. Because obviously, if you win your first set, you're gonna have the confidence to go in and fight the other teams. And you know, you've already come off of a win. You're like, okay, I have some sort of lead here. But also, if you lose your first set, you might be feeling a little bit more down, and maybe that confidence isn't gonna be there as much. So, my question for you is, who do you think is taking this third map?
That was Fids.
We love Fids, we do.
What a great guy. My prediction, honestly, I wish I had an answer for you. After
Wow.
seeing the bounce back from Abyss Inc., we've got a great best-of-3 set on our hands in a map 3.
We do. Do we know what map 3 is?
We do.
Oh, we do!
Rainmaker Sturgeon, the most snowbally map
Oh, God.
known to man.
Oh, no. Rainmaker Sturgeon, probably one of my least favorite map modes in the game. Not because it's bad, just because Sturgeon is such a big map, and I hate it. And Rainmaker on this map as well, there's so many different paths that you can take. It's really, honestly, I think it's just going to be who plays their roles better in this game.
I think if Abyss Inc. stick to what they won with, then they should be fine. The splash on Sturgeon has such high value if you can get onto Snipe and pop it, and literally, you have full reign on the spawn. Trizuka can do the same thing. They ran both of them. This could be Abyss Inc.'s game if Inkxiety Sirens don't make a change.
I absolutely agree, but we're also... Let's focus on, you know, kind of the backline for Inkxiety Sirens. Geo on that charger, especially on a map like Sturgeon, can be really beneficial, especially if you're sitting on Snipe or you're maybe sitting on the top of Spinner. That charger can be really efficient and beneficial for Inkxiety Sirens to get those key picks so that they're able to, you know, kind of pop their in and make sure that they can stop any possible pushes that are coming through. So, like I said earlier, I think it's really going to be who kind of just plays their roles and plays their weapons better.
Yeah, we were talking about Gio earlier. He's been on pretty good form so far. But I think if he goes absolutely crazy this game, like if he doesn't miss, obviously that's
Absolutely,
basically
yeah.
a win.
And I mean,
Not like that. Not like that.
one thing I do want to say before we go into game 3, keep using the hashtag BreezeLand2023. We are trending on Twitter.
Really?
So keep using the hashtag, keep live tweeting at Breeze. And we are taking you to map 3, Rainmaker Sturgeon, Inkxiety Sirens, Abyss Inc. Let's go. This is game 1 of the afternoon groups, and we're seeing some Tetras from the side of Abyss Inc. here.
Tetra Dooley's on Mr. X73.
Tetra Dualies, we're seeing the Ninja Train weapon come out.
Ninja Train? Someone say Ninja Train
Did
from
someone-
Ultraviolet?
Did someone say Ultraviolet?
Whoa.
And as we see, Abyss Inc. do already get the pop. Really, really good from Abyss Inc. But, I mean, Inkxiety Sirens do also have that Tri-Slosher, looking to kind of take advantage of those weird angles that you get on this map. But, I mean, the Tri-Slosher is already down, and but it's a 2v4 already. This is looking... I mean, it's going to kind of just be the case of who can pick up the Rainmaker first. And obviously, we do see the Inkxiety Sirens do take the Rainmaker first and do get some points on the board, but are they going to be able to hold this for very long?
Strange opening. They sort of...
Oh!
Whoa,
Wow.
Okay, shut me up then. I was going to say they gave up control very easily, but I suppose they were just building up specials. And all the jumps are coming in.
Two. And a third. And a third as well. Wow, Conroe going absolutely insane on this V-try right now. Looking to hopefully make sure that Inkxiety Sirens can get this checkpoint and give themselves a good lead in this game already, and they do. This is already going to be a tough fight for Abyss Inc. because, I mean, this checkpoint is in such a good place for the enemy team. But the Zuka from the side of Abyss Inc. is just so good. Jason, this is going to be so close to the game.
Great patience from Abyss Inc. Building the specials, waiting for the right moment, and eventually coming towards it to late white. And now they should be moving into mid now, as this direct pushes forward, trying to find any picks from the left zone. He's found one, actually, just on the other side. Zuka's come out.
Zuka has come out and unfortunately is not quite able to find anything or find the things that they were looking for, but the Tri-Zuka from the side of Inkxiety Sirens comes out, and so do the Tri-Strikes. But the Rainmaker on the side of Abyss Inc. survived the Tri-Strikes, but unfortunately does fall to Geo. Conroe does have that Inkjet, but those Tetras, oh, they survived for a little bit longer than expected. Inkxiety Sirens do have the Rainmaker back in their hands, but is it going to be enough to make them able to push it all the way?
Unleash his jet, he does!
Oh!
Will he find the value?
Will the Jet get anything? Not quite. He does get one, actually. Mark my words, never mind. But unfortunately, the Rainmaker does go down. The Tetra's going down as well, and Inkxiety do get the pop yet again. The Crab has been popped, but isn't quite able to find anything, and Conroe gets the trade straight back onto Goku.
Tri-Zuka in the hands, generally. Trying to clear out below the top of the bottom left side. Holding well, finds trades. Well, that really shouldn't have gone that way.
Zuka coming out from the side of Abyss Inc. as well. Maybe they're looking for a pop here in mid after letting that Rainmaker reset. But obviously Geo with the charge just has so much more range and a lot of paint as well. A lot of paint possibility to be able to get that pop. But it's looking like Abyss Inc. in the end are going to get the pop on the Rainmaker. But Conroe is so pushed up into enemy territory. Are they going to be able to find anything? They get a trade.
Trade out. I think Nerves is definitely starting to sell in for Abyss Inc. Like, it's come to the point where I think Inkxiety Sirens just rolling them at every, like, offensive opportunity that they have. And there are, like, very, very, very late responses from the side of Abyss Inc. They really need to solidify themselves in their own court. But it's not happening. As Conroe goes again, it's traded out. Zuka's out as well. Top left needs some help.
Ooh. Beautiful. But yes, I mean, I think while Abyss Inc. are putting up a good fight, Inkxiety are on a mission, and that's to prove all the voters in chat wrong. But I mean, Abyss Inc. just taking Inkxiety Sirens down one by one, grabbing the Rainmaker, popping the cooler, seeing if they can just get any additional points on the board.
Well, they still need to push the checkpoint. That's the problem. They don't have much time left. If they're moving in, one goes down. Disadvantaged state at the moment. Chargers watching top right is dead.
Oh my gosh. This is looking extremely close. And I mean, are Abyss Inc. going to be able to get any picks? Yes, they do, but they don't quite get the checkpoint. Conroe on this jet is looking so good. 1 minute is left on the clock for both of these teams, and our scores are very tied up. Inkxiety haven't managed to push it a lot further from the checkpoint, but Abyss Inc. haven't even got the checkpoint themselves. So, I mean, this is anyone's game by far. And I mean, the strikes are coming out from Inkxiety as well. So many bombs are being popped. We're just going to have to see if Inkxiety are going to be able to hold their defenses, or if Abyss Inc. is going to be able to push this any further and get this checkpoint.
who has the most metal, who can hold their composure for the final 30 seconds. Trades left and right. Abyss Inc. with neutral control, 2 specials online. Bazooka, the brief starter comes out.
Oh!
Defining value,
It
no.
doesn't
Conrad
quite
backs up.
find anything.
Might need some help. One goes down.
This
They're
is
pushing forward,
looking.
Abyss Inc.
This is looking so incredibly close. The Zuka does get popped from Abyss Inc., but they're one man down, but so is Inkxiety Sirens. There are 8 seconds left on the clock. Mr. Egg looking to try and push it as far as they can, but all Inkxiety need to do is just kill Mr. Egg with the Rainmaker. The Jetta has been popped by Connor as well, but it's not
early.
looking like there's the space. He's
strike,
going to be able to
GG,
take it.
maybe.
The strikes have been popped as well. Game, Inkxiety Sirens are your winner of round 1 of our afternoon bracket. Wow, Jason, that was an incredible set that we had from both of these teams. That was so good. What did we just watch?
We saw Inkxiety Sirens take the front wheel at the beginning. We saw Abyss Inc. on Tower Control Haggerfish. They switched up their comp knowing that they couldn't beat Inkxiety Sirens on pure mechanics and decided to roll with a better comp that suited their slower playstyle, which they adapted to very well. And in the final game, we saw a great stalemate between the two, sort of a balance of what we saw from games 1 and 2. But Inkxiety Sirens come out on top.
Absolutely, yes. And I mean, even the fact that it went to a game 3 just proves that both of these teams have such prestige and such skill amongst themselves. But it's just unfortunate because there was such a chance that Abyss Inc. could be able to finish off this set and go out on and get the win on map 3. But I think Inkxiety Sirens were just showing their strengths a little bit more than Abyss Inc. were. And I think that's realistically what put them out on top.
Yeah, experience, I think, defined this set in the dying 30 seconds, the dying moments. Inkxiety definitely showed their nerve.
Yeah, especially when, if we do think about experience, you think about the amount of tournaments and the amount of things that Inkxiety have kind of played in themselves, you know, especially their UK Champs experience. Obviously, having experience playing at events as big as those and, you know, with as much pressure to win as those tournaments, Abyss Inc. doesn't quite have that. So I do definitely think that kind of their experience in a LAN environment is kind of what's really key. But for a team like Abyss Inc., I don't think they played bad at all.
I don't think they should be down because they lost the set. This group is definitely up in the air, I think, for second place specifically. Ultraviolet are I definitely think will take first seed in this group. But I think second place, if Inkxiety Sirens, they could end up slipping up. But who knows?
Who knows indeed. And yeah, I mean, we talk about the rest of the teams in this group. I mean, we have Ultraviolet in this group, and Ultraviolet have a history on LANs, especially recently, for causing upsets. If we, you know, flash back to Splat vibes when they 3-0'd Spark.
Yep, I was on the mic for that one as well. I was just
Dude is not looking at me very happily right now.
I was just as dumbfounded as everyone else when that happened.
I mean, I think everyone was in shock when Ultraviolet 3-0'd Spark back at Splat vibes, but it does prove that they have the capability to kind of bring it all the way and cause some major upsets.